am also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it.
So this is where we're at. And this has to be a red line if humanity is to avoid repeating its darkest moments in recent history. If we here in America are not to reproduce our own darkest moments. Because Donald Trump isn't going to back off of this. The GOP is not going to stop him. The media isn't going to check him. And those in charge of this coming atrocity, Trump included, are making extremely revealing statements about their plans for this concentration camp. And it is our civic duty to pay attention in this moment. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, despite her costuming, is one of those that we unfortunately now all have to take seriously, since she's already moving to make space for those 30,000 people. And don't get it twisted, this facility is going to be one of the largest in history. And in this first clip that we're going to show you, she reveals the open secret that it was never going to be just for quote-unquote violent criminal migrants.
Could women, children, and families be held there at Guantanamo?
You know, if you look at what we are doing today is targeting the worst of the worst. We've been very clear on that. The priority of this president is to go after criminal aliens that are making our streets more dangerous.
Madam Secretary, my question, would you rule out that women, that children, that families could be held at Guantanamo Bay? Do you rule that out?
You know, Krista, we're going to use the facilities that we have.
She implies that they'd use other facilities for that. But given that she doesn't rule out women and children going to Gitmo of all places, you know, it's clear that it's not just for the worst of the worst. And this second clip from her is arguably even more important. Here's that.
Is it possible, Madam Secretary, that people could be held at Guantanamo Bay indefinitely?
That is not the plan. The plan is to have a process that we follow that's laid out in law.
Not the plan. Once again, when you have the option of saying no, of course not, and you don't do that, you might as well have said yes. And to underscore the possibility of permanent detention happening at this new concentration camp, here's Donald Trump himself.
Well, some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo.
So where the hell do they go? That's right, they stay there forever. And I think it should go without saying that people that are just searching for a better life should, at the very least, not find themselves in the end in a tent city baking in the Cuban sun under the butt of an American gun. And I'd like to end with this, just something to think about. First, they came for the migrants, and I did not speak out because I was not a migrant.